Hey, what's up guys, Jaeky here. Today I'm going to be going over the Cypher guide for bind and some trips and cages and cams that you guys can use on this map. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, starting on defense here, we're going to start on the B site. We're going to start with a couple of basic trips that you can do. The first one is this one right here where you aim up on this panel. Put it right here, it should go across and hit the ground, so when people are jumping out of hookah, on this side they'll hit the trip and you can spam off of it. One trip that you can do inside of hookah is this one right here on the wall. You want to put it as close to this left wall as possible. That way this is pretty much unbreakable unless they use some sort of util or they have to hit the trip in order to break it. So this is really good if you want to fight for hookah. You can play off of this trip. It's really good for pistol round as well. I like to play off this trip on pistol round, really strong. Another really good trip is this one right here. You just put it right above this wood pallet, again as close to the wall as possible, and again this trip is super hard to break. They have to inch out pretty far in order to break this trip, so really good. Moving on, here are some kill trips that you can use. So the first one, most basic, is this one right here. You want to just put it on this corner and make sure it goes out as far as possible. And this trip right here, people will not expect because it's so deep in, and as they're running out onto the site, a lot of times they'll hit this if they don't have a sky dog to clear it or anything. But obviously after you've used it for a couple rounds, they're going to start pre-firing it and just knowing where it is. So you want to switch it up after you've gotten a couple kills with this trip. Another kill trip you can do is the one right here. Same idea, you just put it against this wall and it goes across like this, and while they're jumping out of hookah, they'll run into it and you can get easy kills just spamming from the CT smoke or whatever off this trip. Another cheeky trip that you can do that not a lot of people expect is this one right here. So when the round starts and the barrier drops, you want to put your trip right here and it'll go across like this. And basically what you're going to do with this trip is you're going to put a cage for yourself. You can put a cage for yourself elbow, or you can put a cage for yourself like site right here, or you can put it on top of the site like this. And so when people are running up into garden, not a lot of people will actually expect a trip here. Most of the time they'll just hit it and then you can pop your cage and you can spam off of the trip. And then obviously you can do other basic trips as well, like you can switch it up, put one here on default site and you can put one on the other side as well. You can do trips like this as well. Okay, so now let's move on to the cages. So like I said, this one right here is very standard where you put it on top of the site and you just pretty much pop it and you can use it to spam off of your trips. One of the other cage that you can do is the one in hookah. You just want to get up on the ledge and aim right here at the center of this pattern. Put a cage there, and so you can use this to block off hookah just like that. You can put one for yourself long. Usually I don't put a hookah cage because your smoker is usually brimstone and he can smoke hookah from A site. But you do want to put a cage for yourself long because most of the time your smokes aren't able to reach long. So you can just smoke off long for yourself and you don't have to rely on your smoker because your smoker can just smoke off hookah and you can use your cages for the long push. Alright guys, moving on to cams. There's a lot of different cams that you can do on this map. The first one being an aggressive cam down mid. You just want to put it right here on this corner. And as you can see, it's behind this metal plate right here, so they're not actually able to see it from mid. And basically what this cam can do is it spots the cross into hookah. So you can just stay on your cam and you'll see if anybody walks into hookah and you can get that information. So this is really good if you pair it with like a long trip like this long trip right here, and then you can use your other trip somewhere else and you can just sit on your cam and see if anybody's walking into hookah or not and get that information. Another cam you can do for hookah information is this one right here on this wall. This one's a little bit harder. You just need to jump up on this box and then jump off of the box backwards. And while you're jumping off backwards, you want to spam click your cam and it should place right there. And as you can see, if you stay on this cam, you can see into hookah and anybody going into hookah. The next most basic cam that most people know about already is you want to put your cam on this this fin right here. You can put it on either here or here. It's really up to you. You can switch it up if you want. But as you can see, we get all of this information down long. But this cam is very common and a lot of people do look for it and they will break it. So after you start doing this for a couple rounds, you can start to switch it up because they'll start pre-firing this cam. Okay, another good one from this box is this one right here. Jump up and put it right in this corner, and this will pretty much see the entire B site when they're flooding out. So you can use this for retakes. Really good cam for retakes, just to see where everyone is on the retake. I like to put this cam if I'm playing retake B. Like if I'm playing kill trips off my kill trips from elbow, I will put this cam so that I can get info for my team when we're flooding out for the retake. One more cam. I don't really use this one that often, but you can put it right here. And as you can see into hookah, and you can see this part of long. So it is pretty easy to spot though, but kind of unexpected just for 1 or 2 rounds to switch it up. Alright guys, moving on to the A site. The first cam that I like to throw is this one right here on top of these vents. The smoke from the vents actually help block your cam, so this one is actually pretty hard to see. You can see when they're flooding out onto site, and you can also see all of default. As for trips, there's very basic trips here that you can throw. You can do this one that goes across like this. You can also put it at different elevations just to make it harder to break. For the kill trips, like one right here, and when they're flooding out, they'll hit this trip. You can also put one going across this way, like that. So a lot of different trips you can do. You can do it off this part as well of the TP. So yeah, very good trips for the short flood here. And then if you don't want to do those ones, another trip I like to do is actually the one across the tire here on default. So you just put it right here, and you can play towards bench, or if you keep showers control, you can use this trip to spam off of when they're going for the plant. So when they're running out onto site, they'll hit this trip, and you can pretty much use it to deny the plant. Another cheesy trip that you can do is actually one for pocket here. So a lot of people like to go pocket, and so what you can do is actually put a trip right here on pocket, and then you can play back truck, and typically this will get smoked off. So when people actually go into pocket, you can just spam off of your trip, and usually you get a free kill. Moving on to showers, same idea. Sometimes I like to put a trip right here, and then I put a cage here, and this trip right here, when they're running up, they'll hit it, and you can pop your cage and actually just get a free kill here off of your trip. Another thing you can do is you can wait for the barrier to drop, and then you can trip deep showers here like this. So you can trip deep just to get all of this space, and you don't really have to worry about showers anymore. If that's something that you want to do, you can just keep this control of showers with this deep trip. And obviously if you want just a basic showers trip, you can just put one right here. This one is again pretty hard to break. You have to peek out all the way to break it, and you want to put it as close to the wall as possible to make it even harder to break. One more cool trip that you guys can do is this one right here in this corner. So you just want to aim right here, and you'll see it go across. As you can see, this will go across like this, and you can also use this trip right here to spam off of from showers. So again, another really good trip that you can do that not a lot of people will expect. All right guys, moving on to attack side trips. So for attack side, you just want to either put a trip here like this, and then use your second trip towards long like this, just like that, to trip the flank, right? You want to make sure you don't put any trips that are close to like this trash can here. Like if you put one right here, which I see some people do, this trip is jumpable if you get up on this trash can, right? Or if you put it like, I don't know, like right here, let's say, they can get up on this as well and jump this trip, right? Especially if it's a jet, they can just glide over it from this box. So you want to make sure you avoid like any of these areas. So you can put it here if you want, or you can put it right here. And then the long trip, I just like to put it like around this area, but you can also put it a little bit deeper too if you want. It's really up to you. I just like putting it right here. And then for aggressive cams that you can do, obviously you can just cam into hookah to clear it. This is very common. You throw a cam here just to clear hookah for your team. If you're going long, I like to just cam on this wall right here, and then now you can get info on long to see if anybody's peeking or not. You can even see if there's a Cypher cam or anything like that, so you can just be on your cam while your team scales up. And then for showers, you can just do a deep cam as you're scaling up. You do a deep cam here, you can clear this corner, and you can also clear this as well for your team to scale. And then for short, I like to cam on top of the TP right here, just like that. You can clear pocket with this. You can also clear this back angle, heaven, and you pretty much see a lot of the site just by using this cam. If you put it even deeper, you can see even more. So if you get up on this box and you go even deeper, like right here, you can get like a little bit of a better angle. You can see bench and stuff too. So this cam is really good just for scaling up and clearing all these close angles. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this video helps you out. If it did, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.